Hello, it's Kim,
And I'm Denise.
and we are
It's
Real. Join us as we bring the Bible to life.
And discover Jesus in both the Old and New Testament.
Hello, I'm Kim.
And I'm Denise.
And this is
It's Real.
Yes, it is. And we're continuing today in Genesis 19.
So what is going on?
You tell me.
So verse 9, we have Lot. He's down in the city.
Yeah.
So the angels have gone down there, and they're going to destroy the city. I don't know if Lot is aware of the plan yet to destroy the city. So Lot has invited him into his house, and he's like encouraged the angels. So we're just gonna have crackers and water, and then we're getting out. You are getting out first thing in the morning because you can't stay here. Well, the angels, they haven't revealed the plan yet. So the people of the city are aware that these two strangers have come to the house, and they want to get to know the angels. They have no idea what they're asking for. And Lot is like, no. And so Lot goes out of the house, he closes the door behind him, and he's like talking to this crowd, this mob of people. And they're like, yeah, send them out. And he's like, no, I'm not going to do that. So they start calling him an alien. Okay.
Yeah.
You're nothing but a visitor in this city, and you've judged us and blah blah blah. I mean, they just start trashing Lot.
Yes, they did.
And they're all around his house, and this is a very volatile situation because they threaten to assault him as well. And the visiting angels, they hear all this inside. They must have heard all this inside. They're angels, so they know stuff. And so they open the door, and they grabbed Lot by the collar and drug him in and locked the door. And they once again they saved Lot.
Yes, they did.
I mean, he's trying to reason with these people. It's not going to happen.
Right.
It's not going to happen.
You're not going to reason with these people.
So at that time, the angels struck them blind. So this is kind of a unique word in Hebrew because this is only in the Bible twice, this particular word. And it means to an angelic force making people confused and blind. So they're confused and blind.
And they're searching for the door.
They're like,
so there's your confusion. I'm blind and I'm looking for the door.
That's right. I was standing in front of the door. Now I can't find the door. I should be able to reach out and find it, but they could not even find the door. And they wore themselves out. That must have been really creepy being in the house and hearing that.
Yeah.
Because they weren't out there quietly looking for the door.
Yeah.
So, I mean, is there any question that these people were depraved and God was giving them over to their own? I mean,
and yet you had Lot, who was a witness to the Father, who did not obviously get anybody to follow that.
That's right. I don't know that his light shined very brightly in that city. I would say no. So, verse 12, the angels asked Lot about his family.
Yeah.
So inside the home, he had his wife and his two daughters, and they were engaged. And so in that time, betrothal, engagement was serious. It was like they were married without having had the ceremony, had the consummation, and moved out. So they were, but they were considered married. So Lot, he sets out in the night, and he hunts down the sons-in-laws, that's what they were called, and he tells them about the coming destruction. And he says, "Come with us. We're getting out." And they just laughed at him.
They thought it was joking.
They thought it was a big joke. And
he told them, "For the Lord will destroy this city." But his sons-in-law seemed to think he was just joking.
Right. That's exactly right. So what does that tell you about the kind of life that Lot lived and what Lot would talk about?
He was living in the world.
He was living in the world because usually, when you're around people that love the Lord, you know where they stand.
Yeah.
You know where they stand. There's not a question. And so when they say something like that, you may be like, I don't really agree, but, you know, he might be onto something because he is, you know, he does follow the Lord. But no, they just laughed at him. And in verse 13, we see that the angels, they reveal the plan to Lot, what they're going to do.
Yes, they did.
Yes. And Lot, he was able to bring out his wife and his city and his daughters out of the city. But, you know, after 25 years, there was nobody else found that was righteous. After 25 years of him living there.
Nobody else.
That's it. But he even hesitated. Lot even hesitated when it was time to go. His whole family were like, But you have to think about it. So if somebody came up to us today and said, look, God's going to wipe out your city, and so I just want you to get up and leave. Now, don't grab anything. Don't grab family photos. Don't get your insurance papers. Don't do anything.
Just leave.
Just leave now and leave everything behind. I mean, that would be like, people don't even evacuate when there's a big storm coming, like a hurricane.
No, they don't.
Because they want to be there to, either they don't think it's going to be that bad, or they want to make sure they're there if there's looters and stuff, and they want to protect their property. And so here we have Lot that's the angels are telling him, you got to leave, and you got to leave with nothing, and you got to go now. He hesitates. And so the angels, there's 2 angels, and there's 4 hands.
But he knew they were angels, and
Yes.
he knew he didn't want him to stay in the city. I don't know if I had an angel coming to me telling me that. I don't know if I would hesitate or not.
It would be a leap of faith.
Yes.
And there would probably be some sadness, because we're very much tied to this material world. And, I hope that as I age in Christ, that the pull, and it has been over the years, the pull is less and less that this world has on me.
Yeah.
But, when I think about a big storm coming or a fire coming, I always think, what would I bring? I would grab the family photos. I would obviously grab the insurance papers. The family pet. That would be good. So here Lot is hesitating, but we have 2 angels. They have 4 hands, and they need to grab, each angel grabbed a hand, and they pulled him out of that city. And so, the angels came. They came to minister to the righteous. That was their job, and to bring grace to God's children. So in Hebrews 1:14, it talks about that.
In Hebrews 1:14, it says, "Are they not all ministering spirits, sent forth to minister for those who will inherit salvation?"
And that was Lot. That's right.
Was Lot. They even tried to save the son-in-laws, but they thought, they probably listened to the news. It's not going to be that bad.
Right. That's right. So the newscasters were going, you may have heard, but it has been debunked. So anyway.
I understand.
Lot lived in the city for 25 years. He was an elder at the gates. He heard the people's disagreements and problems because he was one of the ones that kind of figured out what was going on between people and helped judge in that way. And, all the news of the city came to the front gates. And so, there's a bunch of guys sitting at the front gates, and I can guarantee you they were not up there gossiping as well. And then, people, they come by and they tell what's going on in their lives and whatever. So Lot knew, and Lot was a righteous man.
Yes.
And so in 2 Peter, it talks about Lot. Peter talks about Lot, and he says, 2 Peter 2:7-8, "And if he rescued righteous Lot, greatly distressed by the sensual conduct of the wicked, for as that righteous man lived among them day after day, he was tormenting his righteous soul over their lawless deeds that he saw and heard." So here Lot has decided to live in the world, and he walked away from the nomadic life and just seeking God and listening for God's direction in his life. He chose something different. He chose the city life. There's nothing wrong with city life, but in this case there was, because it was definitely symbolic.
And it took him further away
from God.
Yeah.
But he knew right from wrong. He knew what was going on, and it was distressing to live in that. But there he was, and the angels actually had to drag him out of the city, he and his wife and kids, and we're going to see what happens after that in the next study.
Thank y'all. Check our link in the bio. You have a blessed week.
Bye-bye.
See you next time.
If you want to know if it's real, then
Admit you're a sinner. Romans 3:10. As it is written, there is none righteous, no, not one.
and as it is written in Romans 3:23, for all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God.
Believe that Jesus is Lord. Romans 10:9-10.
Because if you confess with your mouth that the Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved.
And call upon the name of the Lord. Romans 10:13. For whoever calls in the name of the Lord shall be saved. If you enjoyed this episode,
Like, subscribe, and share.
you can contact us at
Contact itisreal@gmail.com.